Hi folks, my name is Tetsuya Endo and I'm a third grade teacher over at Vallecito Elementary School. And today I'd like to talk about how to create your own Google Classroom. Um, so by the time you get this link, I'm pretty sure that you've all attended the presentation and I've given you copies of this form, which lays out all the steps that you need to create your Google Classroom, and also the steps that you need to tell your students to get registered onto the Google Classroom that you create. In this video, I just want to recap everything that I've talked about in the presentation, just in case you missed a step or if you can't remember something, because we all know as teachers we're quite busy and we have a lot on our minds. So first, I'm just going to go over and click on my Google Classroom tab. And as you can see, my Google Classroom for this year is already showing. I'll show you this classroom a little bit later, but I just want to get started and create a new class. So the first thing you're going to do is look for the plus sign. The plus sign is really the key to Google Classroom in creating assignments, questions, or a new classroom. And the plus sign is usually at the top right-hand corner. Unless you are in your classroom, it's on the bottom right-hand corner. So look for the plus sign somewhere on your screen. Once I click, it gives me two options to join the class or create a class. Since we're the teachers here, we're going to click on Create Class. This screen will pop up, and from here you get to fill in the fields. So the class name, I'll just put in EdCamp Dixie District section, and these are optional fields, the section field and the subject field. But just for this sake, for this test's sake, I'll put down Wednesday. And then for the subject, K8. Actually, as part of our name, I'm going to write test, just so that I don't get confused. After you're done filling in all the fields, you're going to press this button, Create. And that should be it. And that's pretty much all you need to do to create your own Google Classroom. Pretty straightforward and pretty plain and simple. But the part about that makes it complicated might be creating your assignments. So that's what I'll start talking about now. Now, this stream section here is your home page. So if you're on Facebook, or if you're on something like that, like a social media platform, this is the main page that you'll be on every time you're on Google Classroom. From the stream page, you'll see all the list of assignments and questions and announcements that you've made so far in the class, and it can all be viewed here on the stream section. You'll also notice on the left-hand side over here that you can see all the work that is due, and you can always create new assignments and choose a due date or not choose a due date. Topics on this side, so you can divide them up by math or by different subject areas. And this section here, stream, you can also show deleted items, which I'll explain in just a second. Again, the main thing that you want to know about Google Classroom is that plus sign. So right here, we can see it on the bottom right-hand corner. And as I hover above the plus sign, you'll see that 4 little circles popped up right above it. The first one here is create announcement. I typically use this just to create some sort of weekly newsletter, or I like to push it if there's a question of the day or some sort of announcement like a field trip. This is just for students to read, and they can possibly comment on it if you want. But as far as the students doing work, I like to use the assignment tab or the question. If I wanted to make an announcement, I would click this announcement and it would look something like this. And it says share with your class. You can choose which classroom that you want to share it with. So since I just created this test site, I have the test site as well as my own classroom. So if I wanted to share the same announcement between two different classes, two different Google Classrooms, I can do that. And I can just click both sites and it will make the same announcement for both sites. For the test purposes, I'm just going to click on test. And you can also click on all students. Now right now, since this is a test, I don't have any students right now. So I'll explain that a little bit later. Right here, this is where you'll type your message. So you might want to type something like, welcome to Google Classroom, and so on and so forth. Right here, you can choose the topic. So if you wanted a math section in your Google Classroom, you can type in math. Or let's say you wanted to create a language arts section, you can click language arts. Or you might want to type in a section where it's just welcoming and or a welcome section where students can navigate through Google Classroom and you'll be providing announcements in there. For now, I'm just going to click no topic. Another interesting feature to Google Classroom is these links down here. You click on this paperclip to insert files and attach files that you already have, perhaps Word documents or PowerPoints or Keynotes, and you could attach files here. That also includes pictures and videos. This button will let you insert files from your own Google Drive. So this is just my Google Drive and Valsito's Google Drive. This button here is a link that you can share from YouTube. So if there's a YouTube video that you want to share in the announcements or in the assignments or anything, you can click here. You can also click over here and just paste your YouTube video link in this box section here. Or you can just search it here. And then lastly is add a link. So this would be for any other web link that's online. You'll want to click here and add the link here. So perhaps you want to add a link to Mystery Science or Mystery Doug. You probably want to add it to this link instead of using the YouTube links. Khan Academy, perhaps. If you want the students to go to the website instead of to an actual video, I would put Khan Academy's website here and add the link. Let's see. So once you're done with the announcement or the assignment, they all essentially work just the same and it looks quite the same. I'll show you. You can either post now, or you could click over here on this right hand side where it'll give you a drop down menu, and it has the option of posting now. You can schedule the post, so you can have this assignment scheduled for a later date. So today's right now we're talking on the 20th. I'm creating this video on a Friday. Let's say I wanted to make this announcement on the Monday when the students come back to school. I could assign it for the 23rd at 8 a.m. and all I would need to press is schedule, and this announcement will pop up at that exact time. But for now, I'll just click on post and it'll just post right now. And there we are. And that's my first announcement on Google Classroom.